I've actually ruined the pan. Oopsies. So yesterday, I made some cookies for the sole reason of I wanted cookie dough. Look how much. That's like a month, maybe not months. That's a lot of wiggle time of just me being able to go to the freezer and pop out some cookie dough. Think smarter, not harder. I drink decaf coffee because I get the jitters. To cut a long story short, the last time I had actual coffee was February 3rd, I think. I only remember that because I was going up to see my friends for a birthday party. I didn't jot it down. But unfortunately, I think I've had it again. I've recently had a few close scares where I think I'm just nervous in general, and then as a result, it makes me feel like I've had coffee. So let's hope it's that, because otherwise today is going to be a nightmare. Today is honestly the most gorgeous day. It's blue skies everywhere and it's great, but I am unfortunately stuck on tidying my room. Something about me is I can keep any living space, the living room, kitchen, playroom, study, office, any of that, I can keep tidy. My room, no, there's no chance. It's so funny. Like, I think it's just because I have so much stuff and I don't have everywhere to put it. Like at home with the kitchen, everything has a place. Even if it's up on one of these shelves, it still has its own place. Like, you put it there. But I have so much stuff that just doesn't have its own place. Like clothes, my clothes are split between like 4 different cupboards, none of which are fully mine. And then like, so my jumpers are in this one and this one's in this one. So I need to do it. And it's because we've got people coming to stay next weekend. So like, my room has to be acceptable. It can't be this little like cruel space that I can get into and don't mind treading over all my clothes. Also, I come to realise when I sew, I'm not very good at keeping things tidy. I will, any piece of thread onto the floor. So now, for the last like half an hour, I've been picking up tiny bits of thread off the fucking floor. And it's, because I've got carpet, it's just like, it's not the time. It's time I need nails, and I just have those. So I'm going to try, get outside. We wanted to go to the beach today, but because it's Sunday, I got a really busy week, there's literally no time to even just tidy. Like, I'm not tidying it like 8 o'clock at night when I've been out all day and I'm hot and sweaty. No. So this is honestly, not to divert the topic. I've been trying to stay on topic more, not really going well. But anyway, this is honestly my favourite thing. How kind of like, just, I don't know how to explain it, but it's just incredible. Like these, whenever I get my hair cut, and my hairdresser's like, oh, how short do you want like the face shaping? I'm like, I want it to stick out of a ponytail. Which is probably the most inconvenient advice ever, but that's all I want. How, just like, in the nicest way, it just looks really like bitchy. Like, it feels just like a power move when you're playing football. I mean, my hair isn't really in the best way, but say you rock up to play football and the girl just looks like this, and you just got, you're just like, wow. It's like when you're halfway through the game and someone reties your hair, you're like, okay, this girl's getting her shit on. Like, it's just, I don't know. It's just cool in my eyes. There's some really, really weird things I find cool as like a girl, and that's one of them. I don't know. If you watch all the female footballers, like you see Leah Williamson, she always has that. Like they're all blonde and have that. And now I just feel like I'm one step closer to being a professional footballer. Now all I need is the skill and the work ethic. My freckles, can you see them? Oh, this isn't the best light. I was looking in the mirror this morning getting ready, putting my moisturiser on, and oh my word, my freckles were out in full bloom. Well, I say full bloom, they weren't exactly. The photo I'm comparing it to, it's a photo, like the photo I think in my mind is like optimum freckles, is when I'd been traveling around Europe for a month and we'd not done any, like I'd gone on 3 separate holidays with like my family and then 2 groups of friends. And each time it was like, what are we going to do? And it's like, well, we're just going to lie by the pool, or we lie by the beach and do nothing. And I wasn't going to object to it, but it meant that for a month straight I was doing nothing but lie by a pool or a beach, which is great. But my freckles, that summer, so not just that month, but that summer I think I read something like 50 books. There was a point when I was in Italy where I was going through a book a day. And I'm not saying these are the high caliber books, like I'm not saying these are incredible books, but we're not talking like short stories. We're talking at least 300 pages. I was just going through them in a day. My hair is on the borderline, probably should have washed it last night sort of level, and I want to go for a run. So I'm going to bring back my iconic double French braids into a plait. When I first started running, it was like the peak of, well, not peak of lockdown, it was lockdown. I'd run before, but I'd never had to, like, running was never my main form of exercise. It was always diving, football. It was kind of supplementary when I didn't have it, or when we were on holiday and I couldn't do anything else. Oh gosh, this is actually bad. Definitely should have washed it yesterday. Anyways, so because it was lockdown, I wasn't seeing any of my friends, it was all virtual. So the only time I really had any time to put any effort into my appearance was when I went for a run. So I got really, really creative with my hairstyles. And then as lockdown kind of lifted, I had less time because I was back at school and other requirements had picked up, like I was back diving again, football had picked up again. So I was still running because I actually really enjoyed it, I found. But it wasn't something I could spend like an hour getting ready for and spend ages doing my hair. So I just started doing this braided bun. Oh, not braided bun, braided ponytail. And then I think it was end of school. So I was final year of school and we had this hockey tournament, and I haven't played hockey in maybe 3-4 years, but they kind of do this thing where if you're in any first team for sport, whether that's like football, netball, hockey, they'll just kind of lump you in the team. So I ended up playing this hockey tournament and I came in with my braided ponytail, or Dutch braid into a ponytail, and then suddenly everyone was like, hey, that's a nice hairstyle, you can do it all for us. So I spent the entire hour-and-a-half journey just doing people's hair. I don't think we did very well in the tournament. I think it was one of the ones we crashed and burned. But all the photos were all matching, thanks to me, and we all look great. So I'm gonna do that again today because I'm bored. The weather's dulled out, so I sat outside for maybe like an hour and a half. And then it kind of just got a bit overcloud. And I was a bit like, oh, I thought this was meant to be like the hottest day of the year so far. I know this week it's meant to be boiling, but I thought like, oh, wasn't this today meant to be like blue skies all day, looking great? But apparently not. So I'm actually kind of low-key hoping it rains because I don't want to go for a run when it's like 30 degrees out. I want to go for a run when it's like, I mean, ideal running temperature is like 16 degrees, but I think we're out of that realm. So low 20s. There we go. Today, I'm showing you how to assemble the most scrumptious sandwich. And it's so simple and easy. All you need is, where's the food? You need rocket, you need pesto. I use pea shoot pesto because I accidentally picked it up at the supermarket one time and discovered how incredible it is. You need some halloumi. I'm using this one, but I think that's just because that's the one we have. And then the most important one is a baguette. I just used one from the baker's and I'm heating it up in the oven. I've got my halloumi going. I like it really crispy. Using the Le Creuset. I feel so fancy whenever I say that. Yeah, and then it's just a game of assembling. It's really not difficult, but is the best thing. Let's get cooker looking, although it's probably actually more assembling at this point. So while I'm just assembling this, because it's crap easy, and you can't see me, I'm just gonna tell you what's going on today. Basically, I've reached a point in Chicago Fire where my favourite couple is, spoiler alert, breaking up. It's horrible because it's not like my character anyone dies. When a character dies, yes, it's really upsetting. Sorry,